Today, I'd like to show you how I've made my flow meter. What I did was I found this was a geyser water bottle, and I took two of those. Well, actually, this one was the same size, basically, but it's the same size. But what I did was I cut it off right about here so that I could stick it inside. And that way, what I've done, I've cut this top right here so that this just barely fits through. So it's a nice even slide. What I'm trying to achieve here is by shoving this down into here, it just gives it a point. It just gives it a little tighter fit there so that the bottle doesn't tip over as much. So in order to get this whole thing together, what you got to do is take the top and tap a hole in it. And this is what I'm using. I'm using one of these little quick fittings. This is a 1/4 inch, and it's got a 3/8 inch tube on it. They just shove in. They're really nice because you just shove it in, and you can take it back out real easy. But it won't come out unless you push on this little release right here. So then what I've done is I took a washer and I threaded the washer so that it would screw on good and tight. I threaded this the top from the bottle. That threads on. And I got a brass fitting here. It's a reducer. This is a 3/8 inch pipe here, and it's going to go to this 1/4 inch. And the whole reason there is just to make it watertight there. I have an idea that maybe I'll put a little washer, a little O-ring right down here on the bottom for this to sit into. But so far I haven't had any trouble with that. Then on top of that brass fitting, that reducer, I put this 3/8 inch galvanized pipe. Now, if you can afford it, brass would be better. That's why I've had to wrap this, is because even though it's galvanized, it still rusts. And as you can see, I've been using this for a little while, and you can get you see the little bit of rust in the bottle, and that happened in just a couple of days. And then so what I did is I just wrapped it with electrical tape, and it stopped all that. But you know, it's kind of disappointing. You may have to go out and get another one of these bottles. This bottle is just it's a water bottle. I can't remember what brand it was. I really liked it though. It's just, you know, it's smooth. It didn't have any ripples like that. And so I filled it to a certain point, and then I very carefully measured to make the graduations in here. This is right here, 500 milliliters. And so what I would do is I'd fill the water into the bottle and mark it as it went along. So this whole thing goes together like so. Got this all put in here. Luckily that just barely fits over the cap again. Oops, wrong one. Just fits over. So, it's a nice watertight seal there. Then, I took a piece of ABS. You can take any, you could use PVC if you wanted. I just happen to have this 3-inch ABS laying around. I made my hole so that it would be at the right height here. What I do is I just run the pipe in. Shove it in. Nice tight connection. Run that up to my bubbler. fill this with water just, say an inch below the top of that standpipe in there. Put your water bottle in with the graduations. Now I just marked a couple of places here, kind of like if I missed the first one, I got a second chance. But yeah, there it is. So when the air goes in, it floats that bottle up and makes for a real nice, accurate measurement, and the whole thing looks pretty cool. I mean, just turn it around so you don't get that paper there. I guess I could have cleaned that off. I think I will. So there you have it. Quick and easy, very inexpensive. I think it was like I went down to the grocery store and I just started looking for bottles that fit snugly inside of each other. You know, like $2 worth of bottles with the water. I forget how much all the little pipe fittings were, but you know, probably another $5, $6 there. So not too bad. Okay. Thank you for listening.